problem. We'll wait for some time.
Okay, Mataji.
We will join in another 2-3 minutes.
Rashmi Mataji, please start the kirtan. Until everybody's joining.
No problem, I'll start, okay? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataha Goswami Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayini Gaurakada Damadaya Nagara Grama Tarini Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatyaadishatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol निताई गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। मुगं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। नमो ओम विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जय पताक स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमाचार्य फलाय नताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौर कथा दामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारम Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desdara Tulsi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome to this very, very important session on mind control. Okay, it's a very, very famous topic, that the mind control. So many people are approaching, they want to control their mind, they go for yoga process, meditation process. Even in Krishna conscious, they come sometime asking for how to control the mind. So this is a question where they see that the mind is going beyond their control. And then here, Krishna suggested one method of controlling the mind, okay, where you go to a secluded place, go to the forest, fix your mind on the Paramatma, first to do, and proper methodology like Patanjali. We have people who are authorities in the process of dhyana yoga, where dhyana means fixing the mind. Fixing the mind means controlling. So how to control the mind and fix it in something? It's going haywire, it's not under the control. This is even a common man's question, how I can control the mind. And what Arjuna was advised by Arjuna here about Krishna by Dhyana Yoga. And what does Arjuna respond? Let us see what is the response of Arjuna and what is the response of Krishna for that. This is what is topic of today. Okay, going to this verse, which is now, Krishna has been talking even from the previous chapter. We saw that the fifth chapter is continuing to talk, like we saw that Bhoktaram, Yajnatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhradam, Sarvabhutanam, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All this is declared, and then he came to fixing the mind on the Supreme, and he's just quoting a particular. He is not typically recommending. Okay, he's telling such a process exists. Okay, he's just informing such a process is existing. And of course, it's a part of Bhakti Yoga also. In Bhakti Yoga, a person fixes the mind on Krishna by variegated activities, not one pointed attention, like one pointed dhyana or a process where you put yourself, force yourself. So, Krishna conscious is more natural, okay, and the processes, activities are more natural. Like we don't do extra endeavor because we are basically spirit souls, and as a spirit soul, Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. So, being a servant of Krishna, thinking of Krishna, serving Krishna, these are all the original nature of the soul, even though it has forgotten for millions of lifetimes. It has taken millions of bodies, material bodies, and strongly considering itself to be the matter or the body. Still, the truth is a truth. So according to the truth, he is a jiva. Whether he accepts, he doesn't accept, he know, he doesn't know, he remember, he doesn't remember, doesn't matter. And it will work. His natural originality will come out. When he is performing devotional services, it is so natural for him. So natural and easy for him. So fixing the mind on somebody, something which you love is so easy. It is so easy. You fall in love, automatically minds go there. Mind go there, right? So the love comes first, the process comes next. So when the process involves this affection, the Bhakti Yoga process involves, whether mechanically you do or with affectionately you do, the process naturally involves the connection, a loving exchange, mini, tiny exchanges. That is why the yogis, the Mayavadis, the impersonalist, everybody considers law of Bhakti Yoga and think that it's not very powerful process. The reason being, they see it is so simple to perform. Like for example, there's a tulsi plant. You're taking a tulsi leaf and bringing it to the altar and giving it to the deity. Whereas a person leaves the home, he leaves everything, go to the forest and he sits under a tree. It seems like a very greater process when compared to the small process. A easy process. Not so dedicated process. A small dedication for 2-3 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes. That guy is sitting under the tree and in the dhyana for 1 year, 6 months. leaving all the family, everything. This guy is doing regular, he's just doing some parikrama of the deities, or he's just going and attending Rath Yatra. But this gesture of this going to the Rath Yatra, pulling the Rath and looking at the face of the Lord and just pulling it, whether he does it mechanically, knowingly, unknowingly, doesn't matter, but it's so powerful process, so much powerful. Without leaving any of his, especially when Krishna is coming out. Why I am specially quoting Rath Yatra is, it is not meant only for devotees who are following four regulative principles, chanting and all that. It can be any Tom, Dick and Harry in the street who doesn't have any qualification. He has taken bath, not taken bath. He is born in which family, qualified, unqualified, which caste, which creed, it doesn't matter. He's just standing outside a shop or somewhere just looking at the deity. 1 second, enough. That is so very powerful than leaving everything and going to the first. So, in many places, in Bhagavatam also we'll see here, and in Bhagavad Gita also, we'll see that how the conclusion of yogi is not even an elementary of a bhakta. It's lower than the elementary of a bhakta. Where the jnanis and yogis conclude and attain perfection is where the devotee starts. So that is the speciality of devotional service and bhakti yoga, which Krishna is going to really recommend to Arjuna, because Arjuna is going to say no for this. What he told, go to isolated place, fix your mind, and do some yogic process after that, all these things. He didn't say that you do it. He said that such process exists. This is what he didn't specifically recommend. He just said it is that. So now Arjuna is going to talk. Arjuna Uvacha. Okay, the question we'll ask along with Arjuna. Please repeat. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Yeah.
Yoyam yogas tvaya prokta.
Yoyam
Yoyam yogas
योऽयं
tvaya
योगस्त्वया
prokta
प्रोक्तः
Samyena madhusudana.
samyena
साम्येन
madhusudanam
मधुसूदन
Tasyaham na pashyami.
Tasyaham
tasyaham na
तस्याहं न
pashyami
पश्यामि
Anchalatvat stitam stiram.
Chanchalatva
chanchalatvat stitam
चलत्वात् स्थितं
stiram.
स्थिरम्
So Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. So this is what he is telling, Sanchala Sanchalatva. Sanchala means disturbed, being restless. The money is the Lakshmi Devi, the money, the material money is called Sanchala. She moves from one hand to another hand to another hand, like that. So it is unsteady. Sthitam Siram. It's unstable, unsteady. This is a natural thing of the mind. So he's telling Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized, Dhyana Yoga, is rejected straight away by Arjuna. Okay, purport. Start reading. Somebody read.
The system of mysticism described by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, beginning with the words Shuchaodeshe and ending with Yogi Paramaha, is here being rejected by Arjuna out of a feeling of inability. It is not possible for an ordinary man to leave home and go to a secluded place in the mountains or jungles to practice yoga in this age of Kali. The present age is characterized by a bitter struggle for a life of short duration. People are not serious about self realization, even by simple practical means, and what to speak of this difficult yoga system, which regulates the mode of living, the manner of sitting, the selection of place, and detachment of the mind from material engagements. As a practical man, Arjuna thought it was impossible to follow the system of yoga, even though he was favorably endowed in many ways. He belonged to the royal family and was highly elevated in terms of many ways. In terms of numerous qualities, he was a great warrior, he had great longevity, and above all, he was the most intimate friend of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. 5,000 years ago, Arjuna had much better facilities than we do now, yet he refused to accept this system of yoga. In fact, we do not find any record in history of his practicing it at any time. Therefore, this system must be considered generally impossible in this age of Kali. Of course, it may be possible for some very few rare men, but for the people in general, it is an impossible proposal. If this were so 5,000 years ago, then what of the present day? Those who are imitating this yoga system in different so called schools and societies, although complacent, are certainly wasting their time. They are completely ignorance of the desired goal. Hare Krishna.
Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much. So, now, very clearly, this is rejected by Prabhupada. Those who are imitating this yoga system in different so called schools and societies, although complacent, are certainly wasting their time. They are completely in ignorance of the desired goal. So, see, for some people, very rare men, it is possible to go to forest, stay alone. But even they cannot achieve the result. The desired goal is very, 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 very difficult to attain. One person who saw Paramatma, we see in Bhagavatam that not one, some of them, this Vishnu directly appeared for Dhruva Maharaj, and for Narada Muni himself in the previous life, he saw the Paramatma appear, and then he was able to see, but before he spoke or do whatever, then he disappeared like that. So then he asked to sing the glory. The boy was an orphan, and his mother died. But one thing good happened to him is he had the association of Bhakti Vedantas. And these Bhakti Vedantas, they were discussing the topic of Krishna. So he happened to do some menial service. He's the son of untouchable Lady Shudrani and all. So she was just helping in a Brahmana place. And there was Chaturmasya, in which rainy season was there. And during that time, the Bhaktivedantas came and stayed there. So during that time, this boy was able to have some association where the mother said, go and serve, go and serve. So he did some service and they were very happy. They gave the remnants and they were discussing something. He was just sitting and listening, even though he don't understand anything. Sanskrit and all is totally away. Bhaktivedantas generally don't discuss Sanskrit. They discuss the real essence of Krishna consciousness, signs of Krishna. So this boy, he was associated with them, and then when very small, 5, 6 year old boy, and then when they left, they initiated him and left, and then because of which, when his mother died very quickly after some time, there was a snake bite, and he became an orphan. He didn't have any place to go. He just walked wherever. He doesn't have a home. He doesn't have food, fixed residence, nothing, fixed food, fixed family, nothing. Just going. And when he saw many things, he saw the villages, the cities, and the forest, everything. It is not he chose the forest. It is not that he left home because he was searching for God. It happened so he was just alone. The orphan boy. And he remembered the instruction which they had given, how Krishna will look and what is Krishna and all that. Little bit whatever they have given the Bhaktivedanta Association. So he went and drank some one place. He felt very hungry. Then he drank some good water. There was a pond or something. He drank some water. And he sat there and he started just thinking of whatever they taught him, that process of devotional service. Remembering the name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Very clearly mentioned that he didn't concentrate only on the form. Same with Dhruva. When Dhruva went the same, then next, like, of course, Narada Muni had the darshan of Paramatma. Then he started crying because Lord had disappeared. Small boy, he doesn't have choice poetry and everything to glorify the Lord or talk with him or ask for anything or do, because he didn't have anything to ask for. He's just there. There's nothing in his life. He's just there. And then the Lord told, you sing my glories. I won't appear anymore to you. So you keep go all the places like you roamed around and came now. Now you simply came, instead you go to all the town and village, and whatever you know, whatever you have learned from that Bhaktivedanta and everything, that you sing my glories, you sing my name, holy name, and then roam around like that. So he lived an entire life like that. In last life, in Kalpa, he disappeared. After that, he got a transcendental body and he appeared son of Brahma. Now, whatever Narada Muni we have is in last life, he was the son of a Shudrani. Same way, when Dhruva came to the forest in a very angry mood, then Narada Muni, he encountered Narada Muni. Without the Guru, it is impossible. It is impossible. We should understand, in movies and all, they'll show that Dhruva got angry and he'll say, I'll go to the forest, and he went to the forest and meditated. No, unless you have a guru, how do you know an authorized process, how to approach? Even if you have to go to some US or some other country, there is a process where you have an application, you have some visa application, you have to fulfill non-immigrant, this, that forms you need to fill. And when you go to airport, so many processes. Simply for this, or if you want to meet some prime minister or chief minister, you have to give some application, something. Yeah? These simple people you want to meet also, you give some application, go and meet. And you want to meet Supreme Personality of Godhead without any process, without any guru or guide? Impossible. Without guru or guide, it is impossible. Because pure devotee has Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha. He has personally seen the Lord and he knows the process, how to approach the Lord, the proper devotional service processes. So Dhruva Maharaj was also instructed. In both cases, it was not just meditating on Paramatma or four-handed static form. Rather, very clearly in purport and as well as in sloka, the details are given. When we read it in Bhagavatam, we see that name, form, qualities and pastimes, everything, so many things. Krishna is so many things. He is full of varieties. Akila Rasamrita Murti, Taraka Bhalik. The nectar of devotion, the original verses starts like Akila Rasamrita Murti. Krishna is described as Akila Rasamrita Murti. Even you as a devotee, you need not copy anybody or want to be like somebody. Why? It is not good to want to be like somebody. Because Krishna likes varieties, you be yourself and then practice Krishna consciousness. No need to imitate anyone, no need to take up things like just be yourself and practice Krishna conscious. Krishna will love it a lot more than just you copy someone, oh, they are better, so I'll also do. No. Certain things we get inspired. But it's not that, okay, I'll imitate or something. Krishna doesn't want it because he wants variety. Krishna loves varieties. So me being an individual variety of my own and follow all the process of Acharya Parampara, but do it not in my own way, but 100% do it under the instruction of Acharya Parampara. That is the way. That is the way you be yourself. And then you practice Krishna consciousness. It's very so we see that this name, form, quality, and pastime, all the four are to be thought upon. Various pastimes can be remembered. Right? The form of the Lord need not be static image. He can go on the mountain. Krishna and Balaram are running, and that what is that? The king is chasing them, and they go on Jarasandha. So then he just jumps from the top of the mountain. Both Krishna and Balarama jumped. There was a cliff. No? In some movies, they'll show that the villain is coming, and there's some cliff is that the hero is going, and then there is a cliff, and just the cliff underneath is completely going to the tip of that and then falling. These are all imaginary, these are all repetitions, and they are imaginary because it's already done in originality. We'll see in 15th chapter. Now we're going to enter into Bhakti Yoga. We'll see that how there is, unless you cannot imagine anything which doesn't exist. You can always imagine something within your capacity only. Imagination, even you think is unlimited, there is limitation for yourself because you're conditioned. Because it's already existing in spiritual world. It's a reflection in the material world. Even in Ishopanishad, we saw that the material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Perverted reflection. So like this. So name, form, qualities, and pastimes are a package. It comes meditation, even Krishna conscious remembrance and activities comes with all this variegatedness. Not just one thing you do and do and do and do like that. So, okay, so it's very, very difficult to do one thing for a long time like that. So, Dhruva Maharaj was also instructed by giving a holy name, and main thing is name, starts with a name. A meditation without a name is not Very powerful. Whereas even you don't meditate, you unconsciously chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Still it is powerful. Somebody may ask, Mataji, you're telling that inattentive chanting is the mother of all offenses and this and that. And how can you say that? Yes, I don't say that. Srimad Bhagavatam says that. In the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you go into the first chapter of Bhagavatam and you go to, this is one of my favorite verses, so I remember that 14th verse. What is this? Can somebody read?
Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified.
So sometimes people, Mataji, today my mind is not under control, my mind is very disturbed, so I didn't chant. Shut up, simply go there, shut your mind up, let it think whatever it wants to think, let it do whatever it wants. Your mouth should chant. Try your ear should hear. Your ear is hearing comes secondary. And the third comes whether your mind is involved in some name, fame, glories, pastime, or something. You're not involved, not in, doesn't matter. Mouth should pronounce the name. This is the basic number one. Quality comes later, quantity comes first. This is Prabhupada's statement. One devotee asked, it's a conversation there. Then the devotees, they are chanting without quality. Sitting in one place and finishing the 16 rounds as quality. That is a bakwas. That is a bogus philosophy, because we see that Prabhupada is getting up and going for a morning walk with the chanting bag with the devotees. In between, he's cracking jokes, smiling, and then he's coming back to the temple for darshanarthi, chanting. He's doing so many things. He didn't do dhyana yoga, sitting in one place and all this drama. Okay. So what you think is quality is not quality. Inoffensive chanting, the 10 offenses to the holy name, which during your initiation ceremony were listed, and every day we are reading, that offenses we need to be really careful. That is quality. And moreover, Prabhupada said that the quantity brings quality. You keep chanting every day 16 rounds. That is my promise to my Guru Maharaj. So I will anyway be doing it. More than 16, try maximum to chant maximum. No, but minimum you keep it 16. Okay, and then you chant it. The mantra should be pronounced out of your mouth loudly, not within the mind. Now very famous it has become, so chant softly, chant softly. No, chant loudly. Loudly chanting is recommended throughout Chaitanya Charitamrita. And even within our one of the nectar of devotion, we will see that how chanting loudly is recommended by Haridas Thakur than chanting softly or silently has less effect than chanting loudly. All the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates chanted loudly. They were fearless. You see here, fear personified will fear Krishna. So when you are taking Krishna's name, you're so fearful. Oh, you are a very soft devotee. You want to show I'm very humble. You're not disturbing everybody. We have to disturb the entire universe by the sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is not the disturbance. It's a savior of every living entity in this world. And if another person is feeling that your chanting is disturbing, he's not a devotee. He's not a devotee. You understand it properly. It doesn't mean that you have to shout very loudly and all. Minimum as much as you can hear, like we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. This much at least we should be able to chant. We should chant this much at least. Like you're talking to somebody. Need not swallow off of it, need not tell because he is so humble. You don't want in chanting time, I don't want. In chanting time, we want everybody to get disturbed using Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That's all. People like it, don't like it, it's up to them. So Guru Maharaj, once he was chanting loudly, means he liked it to chant, he felt like he chanted when he did loudly. So he said this when he was chanting. Then some devotees went and complained to Srila Prabhupada that this Jai Pataka, the Jai, Bhakta Jai is chanting loudly and disturbing all of us. So Prabhupada called Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj went and Prabhupada asked, I heard that you're chanting loudly. Yes, Prabhupada, when I chant loudly, I feel very my mind is not wavering here and there. It is a very, very amazing. Mind control is a separate, beautiful topic which we can take. Now we are talking about mind control, so I came to this. We'll come back to this. Like even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can be immediately freed from birth and death. Okay, even unconsciously. But you should chant, open your mouth and chant and produce a sound vibration. It's called sound vibration, transcendental sound vibration. When there's no vibration, when there's no sound, then where is transcendence? All is swallowed within, swaha, swaha, swallowed. All the swallowing should not happen. So when they complained like that, then Guru Maharaj said that my mind is not disturbed when I chant loudly. I'm able to concentrate and chant nicely when I chant loudly. This is 100% true. I can prove it as a science right now. We'll see that how mind control exactly happens. Okay, this is a special study of mind control. And this is mentioned in Nectar of Instruction. Nectar of Devotion, how the mind control happens. Okay, with a proof from Srimad Bhagavatam. So when Guru Maharaj said, yes, Prabhupada, I feel. Then Prabhupada said, very good. He said, I can concentrate more. But I think others, they feel that it's a disturbance. So you don't chant here, you chant in the garden. You go out and chant in the garden. Any birds and animals and insects, they will hear. Like that, he told Guru Maharaj. In fact, Prabhupada asked Guru Maharaj to initiate. Long time back. Then Prabhupada, then he was very happy. Guru Maharaj was very happy. Guru Maharaj Prabhupada told, you go chant loudly only, but you go and chant outside the birds. And because in foreign countries, the population is very less. So there are a lot of parks, gardens and things, open areas and like that. It's not like India, very all humans. You have to go to the forest, village to see some cultivation. That also is cultivation for their yield. Nature is not left as it is. They were just cultivating for their food grains and like that. Useful means they'll cultivate. Otherwise, there is nothing. All the places are cultivated. So the Guru Maharaj went out and he started chanting loudly for the birds and everything. Until today, he's chanting loudly. He always recommended chanting loudly. As much as possible, Guru Maharaj will chant loudly. Now his voice is going down and his throat is going down. But still he will be counting, he will be chanting. In mind, he started chanting and little softly he's chanting because there's no sound coming. But as much as when the throat was working, he's having speech therapy every day to improve the speech so that he can loudly chant, loudly preach. What is the fear? Are you doing something wrong? A thief will be silent. The lion will roar. The king will be sound. Unless you're a robber, why you need to be hiding, right? So there is nothing to feel awkward about while chanting, and don't feel ashamed of your chanting. The chanting is the only thing which is truthful, which can Nam bina kichu nahi ko aro chauda bhuvana maje. The 14th planetary system, there is nothing substantial as the holy name of Krishna. Nothing substantial, nothing worth it. The topmost process, there are maybe many processes of devotional service, deity worship, so many hearings, serving Vaishnavas, this, that, book distribution. No. Above all of them stands one thing, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is our primary process. If you don't chant Hare Krishna, you are not a devotee. And then what is the use of doing any other service? The holy name is the one which gives you qualification to even perform any other service to Krishna. So that takes a primary place in devotional service. And in the primary place, the loud chanting is the proper process of chanting. This is very, very important. And when you do that, you consciously do, unconsciously do, doesn't matter, but the mantras has to be pronounced very, very clearly from your mouth, emanations. You hear it, don't hear it, doesn't matter, others hear it. Any ear hears, doesn't matter. You try to hear everything you have to consume. You will cook 1,000 gulab jamun, or all of that you will sit and consume. You will softly chant and you only will hear and you will hear and you will hear and experience. Why not other living entities experience it? You hear, not hear, comes secondary. But others hearing comes primary. So you pronouncing the Hare Krishna mantra is mandatory loudly. That is the first essential process. Now let us see, why should I do that? Why should I chant loudly? How it is related to this topic which we are discussing today of this. Arjuna is telling that I cannot control my mind. It is impossible for me to practice yoga, especially going to a secluded place and things like that. So here, 5,000 years ago, all these facilities are there. They had a beautiful forest. This Aranya, that Aranya, we see Naimisha Aranya. There's Aranya means forest. In Bangalore, there is one Vedaranyapura. Some Aranya. So Vedaranya. They have the Veda Aranya. So once upon a time, it was a forest with rishis and munis. It is a building cities with IT companies now. Now, how can you sit there and do meditation on your attached bathroom, one single bedroom house? And then how do you call it? It's isolated. There's a process to perform yoga and dhyana. And you're not able to fulfill the basic requirements of it. How your yoga is and dhyana, even the basic of sitting place and arrangements, they're not possible. So even by simple practical, so difficult yoga is what to speak of this difficult yoga system which regulates the mode of living, the manner of sitting, the selection of a place, the detachment of mind from engagements. People say that 10 minutes you just sit like that. Don't think of anything. Stay in peace. They think it's dhyana or it's yoga. No, where do you see the Lord? How did you connect with the Lord? Nothing. So meditating on nothing is you are nothing. It's a useless nothing and it's a waste of time. What you yielded? Nothing. You meditated on nothing. What did you get? Nothing. As simple as that. What you do, what you get. What you sow, what you reap. What you sowed, you reaped. So, what is the result? If somebody says, okay, you meditate on nothing, you see to that no thoughts comes in your mind, so stay it empty. So, what is the result? Nothing. Because that is what you meditated upon. So, that's all. As simple as that. So, here, being rejected by Arjuna out of feeling is inability. His inability, this entire, we'll see that what is the verses, this two, need to check it out. The verses in this chapter, somebody can check it out. Or I myself have to go here. Okay, we'll come back to this. Yeah, before that, we will conclude with this. Okay, it is not practical in the age of Kali to do this. We have sea mountains and jungles. So this is impossible. We don't have these places. And people are not serious about self-realization, even simple self-realization. They are even taking the yoga and dhyana just as a process of material improvement and to perform their business better. They want some peace of mind. They want to just stay calm for 10 minutes every day and go 24 hours. In 24 hours, 10 minutes, they want 10 or 20 minutes, they want to do some dhyana. Why? Because 23 hours, 40 minutes, they want to do sense gratification or business or busyness. That is what is the aim. So why do you do that 20 minutes dhyana? Spiritual upliftment. No, nothing. They want to improve productivity in their rest of the hours. Rest 23 hours, I should be very productive. I should be very productive in my business. I should be productive in dealing with others. I should be. So with that motivation only that is done, that 20 minutes calmness or whatever it is. So it's completely a bogus process in Kali Yuga. And if genuinely somebody trying to do also, there is no facility. And even if they try to do, they cannot complete it because it's a very, very difficult and long process. So it is not possible to do it here. And Arjuna never did it. There is no history saying that, oh, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is recommending, Krishna is saying, Arjuna didn't do it. Krishna spoke to Arjuna, right? So Arjuna didn't do it. So this is also a very, very important verse. This also we need to know. The next verse, 6.34. Arjuna continues. First he said it's impractical, and he's telling that why it is impractical. All of you repeat. Sanchalam hi mana Krishna.
Chanchalam hi mana
Sanchalam
Krishna.
he mana
Krishna.
Krishna.
Pramati balavadridam.
Pramati
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 balavadridam.
balavadridam.
Tasyaham nigraham manye.
Tasyaham
Tasyaham
nigraham
Tasyaham
manye.
manye.
nigraham manye.
Vayur iva dushkaram.
Vayur
Vayus
iva
iva
sudushkaram.
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 Translation. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Somebody read the purport.
Krishna. The mind is so strong and obstinate that it sometimes overcomes the intelligence, although the mind is supposed to be the subservient to the intelligence. For a man in the practical world who has to fight so many opposing elements, it is certainly very difficult to control the mind. Artificially, one may establish a mental equilibrium towards both friend and enemy, but ultimately no worldly man can do so, for this is more difficult than controlling the raging wind. In the Vedic literature, Katha Upanishad 1.324, it is said, "At Atmanam Rathinam Vidisari Ratham Evacha Buddhim tu Sarathim Vidhi Mana Prahagram Evacha Indriyani Hayanura Visyamsateshu Gocharan Atmendriya Manoyuktam Bhoktayahur Manishina." The individual is the passenger in the car of the material body, and intelligence is the driver. Mind is the driving instrument, and the senses are the horses. The self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of the mind and senses. So it is understood by great thinkers. Intelligence is supposed to direct the mind, but the mind is so strong that obstinate that it often overcomes even one's own intelligence, as an acute infection may surpass the efficacy of medicine. Such a strong mind is supposed to be controlled by the practice of yoga, but such practice is never practical for a worldly person like Arjuna. And what can we say of modern man? The simile used here is appropriate. One cannot capture the blowing wind, and it is even more difficult to capture the turbulent mind. The easiest way to control the mind, as suggested by the Lord Chaitanya, is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance in all humility. The method prescribed is Sa Vai Mana Krishna Padarvindayo. One must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Only then will there remain no other engagements to agitate the mind. Hare
Om
Krishna.
Tat Sat. See how simple Prabhupada has put. How will you control the mind? The easiest way to control the mind, which is suggested by Lord Chaitanya, is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance in all humility. The method prescribed is Savai Mana Krishna Panai Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. This is Ambarish Maharaj. We already saw this sloka just before 2-3 verses. And one must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Thus, only then will there remain no other engagement to agitate the mind. So here very, very clearly mentioned, one must engage the mind fully in Krishna. Again, the devotee will ask, how to engage the mind in Krishna? Simply chant. How to engage the mind? How to control the mind? Simply chant. Now he may ask, Ayo, how chanting is the activity of the mouth. Okay, hearing is maybe activity of the ear. And how can my mind be controlled? I have to do something with my mind, no? Okay, so now I'm going to give you one exercise. Okay, I'm going to give you one small exercise. All of you are pretty good in maths, so don't use your calculator or anything like that. I'm just going to give you, if you have a piece of paper or something, then you can do it, or in mind you can do it. Okay, You know many of the multiplication tables. Okay, if I tell you to add two numbers, okay. Let me tell. Where is my optimized sound? Screen documents, whiteboard. Okay. Okay. So if I'm going to give you some numbers to add, Jayalakshmi, Disha, naughty nuts. Okay. 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 So you want to do the calculation here, you're adding, right? Now, when you're doing it, I'm keep speaking. I'm going to delete this as soon as possible. All of you count it very quickly. All of you keep adding the numbers. You have to give me the result. Huh? All of you give me the result now. 573275475672569. You don't use the calculator. If you're cheating, I'm going to. This is an exercise which I want you to do, so don't do that. Okay, add it properly with some paper or pen. Then like this. Okay. Now, when you're doing this addition, I'm going to speak loudly, like now I'm speaking to you. You're doing in your mind. You're doing calculation in your mind. I want to do your calculation. Do calculation only in the mind. Only in the mind. Do the calculation only in the mind. All of you are adding 57432176573217896747145327385. Now, if I'm keep on talking some numbers or if I'm keep on making noises, but if you are calculating this in the mind, okay, give me the result. Give me the feedback. If somebody gives me the result, I know one thing, 100% they used calculator.
Feedback. I didn't count it.
Why?
That is feedback. Why? It was so. I mean, it was easy, but it was not easy.
Because you have to concentrate the mind, right? And when you're
Yes.
concentrating the mind, I'm speaking, right? Now I'm going to ask you a
Yes.
simple question. The same thing I will put just in the chat or something. Somebody gives you. I don't want to, I don't want to do mathematics. This is not a mathematics class. Okay, I'm not teaching you addition. If I ask you to multiply these numbers, imagine I've given these numbers and I'm asking you to multiply. So in paper, in only paper you are multiplying. You don't have calculator or anything. Imagine you are doing this. Just imagine. You're sitting and doing this work. Sincerely you're doing. It's really a calculation which you need to do for your school or college or office. You're doing it. Now, if somebody is sitting next to you and they keep on talking to you loudly, and mainly they are using numbers 57324 573. So will you be able to calculate properly?
No.
Okay. What about
It
others?
is not
Navneet?
possible.
Sometimes
We,
when you're studying, somebody makes noise. What do you do?
I mean, either we concentrate such an extent that, I mean, it's very good chance that we'll do mistakes, but maybe typically what I do is I do a guesstimate of how much it could be and keep quiet. Guesswork of it,
See,
and
very,
then
very
keep quiet.
simple, yeah. When your mind is thinking of anything, let your mind think of anything. Okay? Anything. Mainly, I'm giving this exercise. I used to do it practically with people when I take regular classes. My outreach classes are really nice. I'm missing all those things after lockdown, sitting in Mayapur.
We lose interest in doing it, Mataji, in
Not
simple.
interest, you cannot do it.
Yeah. We can't, yeah. How many
You
other time
cannot
we
come with a
start, we
successful
come to
result.
point zero again. Again, we
Yeah.
think, okay, yeah.
You go back to count again. You back again your calculation. You have to go back. If, for example, I am giving you. So sometimes people give a task and they keep on speaking. Then we'll say, if you keep on speaking, how will you finish the job here? Leave me alone for some time, I'll finish. Yes or no?
Yes.
If somebody is keep on talking in your ears, then your mind cannot think. You can only one more example Prabhupada gives is if you're sleeping. If you are sleeping, all your senses are not awake. Right? If somebody, your eyes are closed, if somebody is coming in the room, you don't know. Of course, the sound vibration. When somebody makes noise alone, you can get up. Other than noise, nothing can wake you up. But your mind is kind of active because it brings you dream and all that, not fully active. Mind is also in passive state. But very, very little active, it is bring you sometime dreams. But only one thing which can wake you up is the sound. This is one example. And in Nectar of Devotion, very, very clearly, there is an example given about a snake charmer. So the snake is very dangerous and it's uncontrollable. You go, it will go like a rope, it will go here and there like that. Cannot catch it, very difficult. But how can that snake be controlled? You have heard about snake charmers? They
Yeah,
play.
yes.
And when they
Flute,
play like
something.
that, the snake is completely captivated and it will dance, it will not run away, it is completely under the control of that person. And the snake charmer will make the snake do anything, it will just dance according to him, only by the sound vibration. This example is given. So the sound vibration can control the mind. And if the mind is thinking some dirty thoughts, this, that, and all, if you keep hearing sounds, then your mind cannot think. It will feel disturbed. It want to go to a lonely place or it wants silence.
Yeah. Sometimes instead of doing what we are doing, we write what is heard. So
Huh?
if somebody keeps talking and we try
Mm.
to do something parallelly, we write what they are talking instead of doing what we are doing.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I had one tuition teacher. My parents sent me for a maths tuition. Okay. So he is said to be the number one in the entire city. Very famous man. He is with a thick glass like that. And he has studied so much, just just on a lighter side. He's very, very educated. He's too good. Okay, everybody appreciates him and he's too good. Anybody goes to tuition for him gets sent him and all. Very famous man. So my parents also, okay, you will also get sent him. Go, 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 like that. So I went and that teacher, he will teach nicely, very nice derivation, everything he'll teach very nicely. But sometimes when he's writing, he will tell 5732. He will tell like that in the mouth. But when you look at the notebook, he would have written 17,045. But his mouth will tell something else. He will write something else. So kind of he is disorganized. So when some sound is keep coming, when there is some sound is coming, the mind cannot do its duty. Means mind will get disturbed. Okay? So the sound is the only thing which can control the mind. This Prabhupada mentions like a snake charmer uses the charming, that magudi they say in Tamil. So that sound, in order to control the snake, same way the mind is keep on weaving, then it can be easily controlled by the sound vibration. Produce the sound vibration. So that is why chanting loudly is more powerful than chanting softly or chanting silently. Chanting silently is prohibited in our Acharya Parampara. Only in exceptional case, you are bedridden or something like that. In exceptional cases, chanting within the mind is allowed. Because one time we asked Guru Maharaj, Haridas Thakur is telling that chanting loudly is 1,000 times more powerful than chanting silently, which is one time powerful, I think 10 times powerful or something. And chanting in the mind is only one time powerful. If you chant in mind, it is very less powerful. If you chant silently, it is little more powerful. But if you, softly. But if you chant loudly, that is so many times powerful, because you are preaching, you are benefiting other living entities, and they are hearing, and it simultaneously Sankirtan is going on. Whether you know it, you don't know it, there are microorganisms. There are so many organisms around us that we are not conscious of them. But Acharyas always advise us to chant loudly. Above all these things, we have our own mind, and the mind cannot hither and thither too much roam around if you are chanting. If you are chanting slowly, you try this only two things. One is you slowly chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like that, you give a break and chant, your mind will weaver. It will think so many things. But if you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So people will think, oh, you're not properly chanting Prabhu, you just want to finish it. Yes, I want to only finish. Yes, it is okay. When you don't give a gap, then your mind cannot weave around or roam around here and there. So even within that gap, if you stop the sound vibration, even within that small gap, the mind will start. So powerful. So Guru Maharaj used to chant very, very fastly, very quickly. So maybe, of course, we need to go for services. We need to go for other activities. Everybody, every day, it's an everyday process. So Guru Prabhupada is telling that if you practice it, today I got one very, very nice. We are doing some research work from Chaitanya Charitamrita as a service to Guru Maharaj. So that time I got a very beautiful lecture of Srila Prabhupada, in which it's available. In which he is telling that you have 24 hours, and if you start practicing within 1.5 hours, you can finish your 16 rounds. He's telling just 1.5 hours you dedicate, nothing else. So he's telling that by practice within 1.5 hours, you can be able to finish your 16 rounds, which actually means Prabhupada has practiced that. He is an expert devotee. He is the number one devotee in ISKCON. He is the example devotee of ISKCON. And he's telling you can finish it. Somebody telling you have to take your time, you have to chant. I do a retreat. Sometime we go to some retreats and we hear things like this. You should sit in one place and chant your 16 rounds. If you walk, don't talk, then it is not chanting, it is not attentive. This is foolishness. Prabhupada walked, Prabhupada talked. So it's not I'm imitating or copying, but make it as a comfortable, natural, easy process, like you're talking to another person, but do it with the dedication and concentration. You respect somebody, and then you talk to them, right? Same way we respect Krishna, we talk to him in chanting 16 rounds. We do it naturally, right? It's not that sitting or standing matters. Pronouncing the mantra certainly matters. And if you cannot sit for a long time, you chant 2-3 rounds sitting and then get up and walk and chant some rounds. What is wrong? Nothing wrong in that. So these are all wrong ideas. Later, I don't know. For the past 10 years, I'm hearing. We have been into the movement more than 25, 28, 30 years. But we have not heard all that bakwas before. But now just they are enhancing, and then sometimes you do something right. You do a correct answer in your exam. But what you do is you go back and you finish the exam quickly. Then what you do? You revise and revise. Then right answer, you will write it wrongly. Because you too many spoons spoil the soup. So same way, just taking some workshops, this, that, and in this way, instead of complicating, Prabhupada said that you chant 16 rounds and chant it loudly. As loud as possible. No, don't shout. He didn't say that shout, chant. Loud means the sound should come out of your mouth clearly. In the immediate circle, it should be available. The holy name should be available in the immediate circle, to you and the immediate circle. And if somebody is feeling uneasy of hearing your Hare Krishna mantra, it's their problem. But we should not purposely chant loudly to inject it into the ear of anybody. That should not be our intention. Our intention should be to chant loudly. To at least minimum, I should be able to hear. Like a normal speaking tone. So that I can comfortably finish. If we put extra effort in loudness, then I cannot complete. No, I'll have dehydration. Then I have to drink some water because I shouted too much. Hmm? Or I chanted very softly, then my mind is roaming around somewhere. Half of the mantra is swallowed inside. All these things, so-called soft chanting. This, I don't know what is this soft chanting. This is a kind of Maya penetrating. We went to Brindavan recently, and before 1 or 2 years, and we were shocked to see the japa period. It's a pin drop silence. Tulsi Maharani is there, Tulsi Aarti is over. Everybody chant for 16 times. I have been to Brindavan so many times, so many, before Guru Maharaj stroke and all that. Till 2012, 13, 15, we were very regular visitors, and we saw proper chanting from proper time till that time. After that, some bogus philosophy is entering, penetrating. This is Maya. That you should not chant loudly, you should not, no sound should come out, and a pin drop silence. And when we chanted normally, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, they came and warned us. You should not chant loudly here, you don't disturb. You have to chant within the mind. So we were shocked to see this. It is very, very dangerous thing. So we should stick to Srila Prabhupada and Acharya Parampara, that there may be many Babajis and everybody coming very famous. Just because they come into the internet and they're showing their face doesn't matter that they're right. Haridas Thakur very, very clearly telling, and it is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, which is written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is Vyasadeva himself. Haridas Thakur is asked this question: which is better? Chanting within the mind, or chanting softly, or chanting loudly? Haridas Thakur said, certainly chanting loudly is the most powerful, most authentic methodology of chanting. And in exceptional situation where you cannot do it, like you're in hospital or something, the doctor is asking to keep a little low, then soft chanting. You're in office or some public place where you cannot chant loudly, soft chanting. Yes, exceptional cases. And in the third case, chanting within the mind also is allowed. One person asked a question to Guru Maharaj that, how can I chant like in office? Sometime I'm free, but I cannot chant loudly, I'll get caught. It'll be a problem. But I'm quite free, I want to chant, so how to do it? Then Guru Maharaj said, so can I chant silently, can I chant within the mind? Then Prabhupada said, Guru Maharaj said, no, chant within the mind. Loudly chant within the mind. Even when you're chanting within the mind, you should chant loudly only. So in this way, loudly chanting is always recommended, even within the mind. Our Acharya, Guru Maharaj, is a very dedicated and sincere servant, proven track record in all aspects of Krishna and ISKCON. Management aspect, preaching, opening centers, installing deities, deity worship, yajnas, name it and you've got it, and Guru Maharaj is expert in everything. Initiation ceremonies, guiding disciples, every single thing. He is expert in anything. The expert disciple of Srila Prabhupada, fulfilling spiritual master's instruction, personally serving spiritual master, personally getting instruction by pleasing spiritual master. He got personal instruction directly from the lotus mouth of spiritual master. Okay, these are all very rare. And then he is guiding. Then just do it. Don't concoct or speculate. You will become a loser. So this mind control is very, very simple and possible. Here the advice given by Srila Prabhupada is chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is the way recommended by Lord Chaitanya, chanting Hare Krishna. This is a great mantra of deliverance. It may look very simple compared to big dhyana and yoga and all. We are not doing gymnastics and all that, which may attract a great crowd, but this is very simple process, but powerful process. Why can't be a simple thing be powerful? People think that anything which is powerful should be complicated. Why? Why a simple thing cannot be powerful? Power means Shakti. So Andaranga Shakti is Radharani, internal potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna came in the mood of Srimati Radharani and he preached. Everybody is going behind in Vrindavan also. Oh, Radhe Radhe Shyam Milade, Radhe Radhe Shyam Milade. No, Radharani is not there, your servant, to make you and Krishna meet. She's not there. She is the one who gives Krishna to us very easily. You see her process. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the mood of Srimati Radharani and came, he gave Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which means that is the recommended process of Srimati Radharani. So instead of going and asking Radhe Radhe Shyam Milade, this is a wrong thing. Prabhupada never did it. He never advised us to do that. Instead, we take what Radharani is preaching us. She's asking to do Sravanam and Kirtanam. And she's asking us to chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This has come from the heart of Srimati Radharani. And we should take this very seriously and chant it loudly and get benefited. 16 rounds, your complete 16 rounds, you have to utter the mantra from your mouth. You hear it, it is better. You don't hear it, that's all right. Your mind is controlled, it is thinking of so many beautiful pastimes of Krishna, very good. If it's not, that's all right. But chanting of your 16 rounds has to be clear, and it should minimum, you should be able to hear. That much loud you should chant. The sound should come out of your mouth clearly. That is the primary aspect. When you do that, the mind automatically comes under control. But when you do it very slowly, very diligently, oh, I'm doing dhyana, Hare Krishna, I'm thinking of Krishna. After some time, your slowly Krishna will go away and so many other thoughts will come in your mind. So do it nicely, clearly. This is the process of chanting, and that is the way of mind control. Here it is. So here, you see here, it is very, very difficult. Mind is sanchalam hi mana Krishna is telling. What is the definition of mind? Sanchalam, disturbed, flickering. And it's very powerful. It is not like not powerful. It is very powerful. Balavadridam. It is very, very strong. And oh Krishna, and to subdue it, just control the mind, control the mind. I'm controlling and shaking my head here and there. No, chant loudly, that's all. Try to chant without the 10 offenses. Then it is more powerful. That is the quality. Quality is something else, not doing Vaishnava Parad, not considering spiritual master as an ordinary person, disobeying the order of the spiritual master, and considering the demigod's name to be equal to or independent of Vishnu. Like this, the offenses are given, right? Having material desire. In this way, there are offenses given. So when we are careful and cautious about that, and we chant loudly, the mantra will work. Then the mind will automatically will come under control. So wind also cannot be controlled. So tufan, here it is telling that it's very, very vayu, especially when it is coming turbulent, then it's very difficult. That is the analogy given here. So it is not possible to control. Now let us see what Krishna is answering. It's a big thing, big purport, I think. This one, not small. But it's very powerful purport. You see the purport, then you will understand. Krishna is telling how to control. Still, he will give an answer. Krishna is giving an answer. Repeat after me. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Ashamshayam Mahabaho.
Asamshayam
Asamshayam
Mahabaho
Mahabaho
Mano Durnigraham Chalam.
Mano
Manodurnigraham
Durnigraham Chalam
Chalam
Abhyasena tu Kaunteya.
Abhyasena
Vyasena tu
Teya
Kaunteya
Vairagyena cha Grahyate.
Vairagyena Cha
Ragyena Cha
Grahyate.
Grahyate.
So he's telling, anyway, Arjuna is not going to accept the process, but he's giving two things. Yes, it is true. Asamshayam means don't doubt. True. Mind is same like what you described, Asamshayam. Without doubt, whatever you said is true. Mind is very, very disturbed only. But Abhyasena tu Kaunteya, with some practice and Vairagya. Two things he's telling, practice and Vairagya. So let us see what is exactly the Abhyasa and Vairagya. What the Jnani and Yogi's Abhyasa and Vairagya is physical. Like sometime you have a stomach pain. You go to the doctor. Okay, the doctor is asking, oh, you have stomach pain? Okay. Then, or you say you have leg pain. Your pain in your feet. but doctor is telling, eat this medicine. Then he'll say, doctor, I'm having leg in the pain. You have to give something to the leg, no? Why you are giving to my stomach? If I eat the medicine, it goes to the stomach like this. Or you have a stomach pain. Doctor may put an injection in your hand. But the hand is somewhere else, the tummy is somewhere else. Why? How they are related? But there is a system, right? Same way, controlling the mind means directly going to the mind and controlling it. Instead, there is other way. Just chant loudly, automatically mind will get controlled. So simple. So it will automatically start thinking of Krishna, start thinking of various aspects of Krishna consciousness. So chanting is very, very powerful. So Bhagavan Uvacha, here we see that the Lord Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. So there is a practice, Vairagya and Abhyasa. So let us see what is this practice and detachment, and the purport Prabhupada is explaining to us. Very difficult to curb the restless mind. It's very, very difficult, undoubtedly. But it's possible by some means. But what is that means? We should know here. Okay. Somebody read.
The difficulty of controlling the obstinate mind, as expressed by Arjuna, is accepted by the personality of Godhead. But at the same time, he suggests that by practice and detachment it is possible. What is the practice? In the present age, no one can observe the strict rules and regulations of placing oneself in the sacred place, focusing the mind on the Supreme Soul, restraining the senses and mind, observing celibacy, remaining alone, etc. By the practice of Krishna consciousness, however, one engages in 9 times of devotional service to the Lord. The first and the foremost of such devotional engagement is hearing about Krishna. This is very powerful transcendental method by purging the mind of all misgivings. The more one hears about Krishna, the more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything that draws the mind away from Krishna. By detaching the mind from activities not devoted to the Lord, one can very easily learn Vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from matter and engagement of the mind in the spirit. Impersonal spiritual detachment is more difficult than attaching the mind to the activities of Krishna. This is practical because by hearing about Krishna, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. This attachment is called Paresanubhava. Paresanubhava, spiritual satisfaction. It is just like the feeling of satisfaction a hungry man has for every morsel of food he eats. The more one eats while hungry, the more one feels satisfaction and strength. Similarly, by discharge of devotional service, one feels transcendental satisfaction as the mind becomes detached from material objectives. It is something like curing a disease by expert treatment and appropriate diet. Hearing of the transcendental activities of Lord Krishna is therefore expert treatment for the mad mind, and eating the foodstuff offered to Krishna is the appropriate diet for the suffering patient. This treatment is a process of Krishna consciousness.
Oh, that's it. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful purport. People also thinks Abhyasa. Some people read only the sloka translation, and interpret the Sanskrit. Abhyasa means practice. So you have to practice to control the mind. You should. So if I tell anybody, if I just casually tell you, you practice to control the mind, what will you do? When the mind is going here and there, you will try to forcefully control it, right? This is a natural thinking process. That is why we require acharyas, we require purports. So Srila Prabhupada's purports are very, very, very important. Sometimes you may not read the sloka, that is all right. You may not read the Sanskrit, that is all right. For example, some Chinese devotees, some Arabian devotees, or some other Chinese and all, They cannot read the Sanskrit. They are finding it very, very difficult to pronounce these things. The sound which they are having, that literatures, the sound vibration is totally different from Sanskrit. So they cannot pronounce. Doesn't matter. All that matters is this. And very, very important than this is whether you understand this, don't understand this translation, doesn't matter. But the purport is the primary aspect where we know exactly what Krishna is telling. That is known only through a devotee. So Krishna is giving two things here, Abhyasa and Vairagya. So how Abhyasa? What is the Abhyasa? First you practice. After you practice, what will happen? Vairagya will come automatically. So here suitable practice and detachment. Now let us see what is practice and detachment. So the difficulty of controlling this is Arjuna already rejected. So that is accepted by Krishna. Yes, true. And he is giving two things. He is suggesting this is possible by practice. So what is this practice? Prabhupada directly answers. He is asking what is this abhyasa? The present age, no one can observe the strict rules and regulations of placing oneself in a sacred place, focusing on the mind, super soul, restraining from sense mind, observing celibacy, remaining alone. All these are process of dhyana yoga. It is impossible. Even in that time, Arjuna said no before 5,000 years. Then how it is possible today? He is telling impossible. And he is such a powerful archer. He is very, very determined. He got the Dhanush and all from Shiva Dhanush from Shiva. He has pleased Shiva, he has pleased Indra, Agni. So many wonderful, he is a wonderful performer. But still he is telling impossible. Then what to speak insignificant, like insects we are all like. How it is possible by us? And so it's not possible. So by practice of, but how it is possible? What is the practice? By practicing Krishna consciousness. However, one engages 9 types of devotional service to the Lord. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam, Dasyam Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Why, Mataji, for everything the same? Yeah, not the same. It is variety. Only dhyana is only one activity, the same thing activity in the boring place the man is going to do. But when we enter into the Krishna conscious society, there is variety. There is aratis, there is dancing, there is singing, there is prasadam, there is organization, there is phone calls, there is WhatsApp calls. So many things you do, you don't know what you do. So many things you do, right? Variety is there. So 9 types of devotional service itself is so many varieties. The first and foremost of such devotional engagement is hearing about Krishna. So we'll start hearing about Krishna. That is the way to hearing also controls the mind. Mainly the sound vibration which enters through the ear that can help in transforming our consciousness, our mind, everything. So this is very, very powerful. This hearing is a very, very powerful transcendental method, purging the mind of all misgivings. Try maximum to hear your chanting and hear about Krishna. More about from Krishna, Guru Maharaj class, Prabhupada lectures, online, all Prabhupada lectures are available. We have to, even I wanted, even for our Bhakti Shastri, for every sloka we can hear Prabhupada's lectures. But it will become too long. But you people are going to dig it up and you are going to present essays. That time I am going to give this time very special essays. I think you will work that. So the more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything, that draws the mind away from Krishna. Generally, when you start chanting and hearing, and when you are associating with devotees and in an institution, naturally you know what is favorable, what is unfavorable. And when something is not related with Krishna, you really don't want to handle it. You will just move away. Automatically you will do. By detaching that mind from activities not devoted to Lord, one can very easily learn Vairagya. So automatically we'll do those things which is not very favorable to Krishna. We won't do only. We'll just leave that activity. So Vairagya comes naturally. For example, you're all now devotees, okay? All are vegetarians and you're eating only prasadam, okay? In exceptional cases, very, very exceptional cases, you're saying Sri Vishi and you're taking vegetarian. Now, I have a simple question. If in your life earlier you would have eaten egg or you would have eaten meat like that, maybe you would have eaten meat. Now, if someone comes and gives you meat. I'll give you 10,000 rupees. You just take this meat. Okay, I'm going to give you 10,000 rupees. Will you eat meat?
No, Mataji.
Others, I think they'll take the offer.
No.
It's a good offer.
No, Mataji.
No,
1
Mataji.
crore? 1 crore rupee?
No,
1 crore
Mataji.
rupees?
I'll take the
No.
money and run away.
They won't show it to you.
No.
They are simply challenging you. They don't give you. If somebody is making you eat meat, how bad that person should be. So he will surely cheat you. That is another thing. But will you take or not? You have not eaten from your birth, Om Govindara. You are exceptional case. Exception is not example. Maybe you want to try what it is because you have not eaten it. Those who eat it, they know it tastes like shit. Disha, will you take?
No, Mataji.
It's a good business offer. You can start your own business. You can expand your business with this money.
God
Good
has
offer.
blessed me with a rich dad. That's not required.
Not required. Okay. Sumedha will take it.
No, Mataji.
Yeah, you're staying calm, which means if the offer is open, you will take it.
No, Mataji.
No. So why we are refusing it? Very foolish, no? We are not a very smart people, but we don't do it because the vairagya automatically comes. Naturally, we are saying, no, it's all right, it's all right. So Prahlad Maharaj said that. Father is asking, why can't you eat meat? Why you are offering every time? Don't offer and eat. No, it's all right. So vairagya is so very natural for a devotee that when somebody is putting you into doing wrong things, you naturally say no. If somebody is giving you alcohol, you drink it or smoke, then you say, no, it's all right. I know, I won't. It's okay. You walk away from that place. You won't even look at that person's face. So vairagya means, and I related so much how vairagya came in my life. When I was in college, I'm from so-called Brahmin family. There is nothing Brahminical about it except being vegetarians, and very proud about it, and nothing else. And then when in college one time, we used to share and eat food. Mostly everybody brings vegetarian only. Those days we are not. There's not so much of non-veg those days. Uh, but nowadays, before 30 years, I'm telling, very 25 years, 30, 40, 35 years, like that, before 32, 33 years. There's not so much non-veg and all. Now, past 10 years, 15 years only, I'm seeing so much non-veg. Till 2010, there was not so much. 2005, like that. 2000, after 2000, I'm seeing so much changes. Before 2000, not so much. So, my friend, one lady, I won't call her a friend if she's doing this, but anyway, my classmate, she decided they were decided we will give her omelette. So they decided and they gave, so we were sharing, every day we used to share and eat. And nobody brings egg, nobody brings omelette and all afternoon. Everybody brings some rice, tomato rice, coconut rice, some sambar rice, something like that, and we just share. Everybody almost vegetarians. So they just gave, they're non-vegetarians, but they eat very rarely. So I don't know that. So they gave one piece. So I put in the mouth. And as soon as I put, I thought it's dosa. I asked, what is this? This is dosa. But the color was so bad. Then I thought in their home, they don't cook it properly, I think. But still, all right, only one small piece. No, so I just put in the mouth. And I felt it's so dirty. It's not very tasty and it was very spoiled, I felt. Then I just spit it saying that, hey, your dosa is spoiled, yeah. Morning only a mother made, very dirt, very spoiled. It is not good. Then I spit it out. But it is not out of vairagya, it is out of taste only. If the same thing would have tasted, I sometimes used to think, and they all laughed and they said it's an egg. Then I became very angry, went to fight with her and all. And fight means they chased her, she ran away and all. Then they said, no, no, anyway, you didn't eat, no, like that. Then I washed my mouth and that's all. This one experience I remember where I was thinking, sometimes I used to think, in case if that omelette or whatever, it's the egg or whatever, if it is tasty, I would have eaten it. There's no vairagya in asking question what it is. But after joining Srila Prabhupada's movement, when somebody offers something to eat, I asked, is it offered? Is it prasadam? No, it is not prasadam. Yeah, if they are giving some, if I'm going to the shop, I'm buying anything, I'm very vigilant. I'm very careful that what is the ingredient? Is there onion and garlic? We are checking. Earlier, did we check? We just go vegetarian. Okay, there is a green symbol. We'll take it and come. Or if we are non-vegetarians, then anything will do. So the vairagya, if somebody gives something, then we become very ferocious, no? If somebody tries. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to South India, in one place there were a lot of Buddhists. So this Buddhist, they want to contaminate because he was very famous. Everybody is going behind Lord Chaitanya. And then this Buddhist guru, he wanted to offend Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what he did is, he said, I'm sending you prasadam, Buddha prasadam or whatever, Hari. They call Hari only. And Buddha prasadam, I'm sending you. So in a big plate, he put so much meat and he covered it with a beautiful cloth. And he said, it's prasadam, you take it. So they brought that meat. So when he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he wanted to give it in the hand, so by the time he reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he was about to give in the hand of Lord Chaitanya and make him eat, that time suddenly somewhere big bird came and it just hit the plate, and the plate it was very heavy with the meat and everything. It fell on the head of that Sunyavadi, that Buddhist head, and he became unconscious. And all his disciples started crying. Oh, my spiritual master, I'm really sorry. He came to offend you. Actually, there was meat and we didn't know. So they understand that Chaitanya is a very powerful person and Supreme Personality of Godhead he is. But they understood, they underestimated. Then they started trying and coming and begging him. We really don't know. This is our spiritual master's idea. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught them Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He initiated the disciples with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then he told, you tell this to your spiritual master, he'll wake up from his unconscious state. So they got initiated first from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then in purport, Prabhupada is writing that when there are in a senior position spirituality people, it's better not to preach to them. Rather, preach to common public. And when common public goes and tells them, they may take it up because they may be proud to approach another spiritual organization. So this is in one or two lectures also he gave related to this, very nice lectures about this pastime. Even the purport there itself, Prabhupada is also writing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated the disciples of, okay, you do one thing, you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then your spiritual master will come back to life like that. So and then they went to the spiritual masters where he was unconscious and they were all chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then hearing that, the spiritual master came back to conscious. Then they told, like this he only gave. Then he came, that guru came and offered obeisances and asked forgiveness from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So from this we understand the disciple initiated the guru. In other, if you have to preach to some other cult where they are very proud about their khandan, their already existing old systems and all that, then what you do is you just preach to common public their followers. Then the followers will go and tell. Then the senior may take up the chanting. So in this way, the devoted disciples, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initiated the disciple, and the disciple initiated the guru. The very nice pastime, like this. So the vairagya is something which comes very, very natural for a devotee, where he has developed a higher taste. He won't go to the lower taste, and he sees the material very, very low. The material things can be used in the Krishna, but for us, we lose interest. The way to dress very nicely, to opulently dress. This interest and all will automatically, naturally going. It's not, I practiced it, but it's just natural for a devotee. You see yourself. Before and after, they used to put videos and all before and after. You analyze yourself before and after. Then you will know. So this is called, because we are attached to Krishna, automatically attached to the Supreme Lord. This is dhyana. So that is called Pareshanubhava. This is very famous. This word is also mentioned in many places, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat. What is that? Despite your staying in the material world, Anubhava means experience. Anubhava. Okay? And Paresha Anubhava. Para means transcendental or spiritual. Paresha Anubhava. So you will get experience of the spirituality, spiritual world, spiritual Krishna. So you'll get an experience of spirituality despite you're entangled within the material world. So that is called, and you'll become so much detached from material world because you're getting such a experience, which is a natural constitutional experience, that tucham, sukham hi tucham. The material world, all the happiness and everything will look so tucham, so insignificant. And you will see that what nonsense they are enjoying. What I am enjoying in Rath Yatra dancing, so many times higher than the person who is drinking and dancing. And they are fool number one. That we know very clearly. And if nobody is watching, also we don't drink. We'll just dance for Hare Krishna Mahamudra Kirtan. This is what we do. So it is just like when you eat, you will automatically know your hungry is gone. You need not ask somebody. Automatically, you will get satisfaction and strength. So this practice and detachment, satisfaction and strength, this you will get like how you eat the food. Automatically, these two things will come. Separately, you need not develop strength, how will I develop strength in my body? Then they will say, eat this. No, I'm asking about my body. What I'll do, I'll put coconut oil or something. No, you just eat. You eat this, then your body will become strong, they say, right? You eat spinach, like this. So that is the way to increase the strength. Automatically, when you eat, the entire body becomes strength. Same way, by simply performing 9 processes of devotional service, starting with hearing and chanting, when you do, automatically mind comes under control. So this is curing of a disease by expert treatment and appropriate diet. So we have chanting, we have hearing, we have prashadam. These are the very, very powerful process. So mind is very mad. So here, very nice. Hearing of the transcendental activities of the Lord Krishna is therefore an expert treatment for the mad mind. And the second, offering the foodstuff offered to Krishna is appropriate diet for the suffering patient. So in the previous verse, Prabhupada recommended chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and in this he is recommending hearing about Krishna and taking prasadam, eating foodstuff offered to Krishna's prasadam. So the mind will be very easily come into control. This treatment is the process of Krishna consciousness. 3 things: chanting, hearing, and eating prasadam. Okay. Thank you very much. Next also, it's very, very nice. This is also beautiful. I will see that how he is gradually taking us into Bhakti Yoga. We'll see this tomorrow. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Others are with Guru Maharaj, so they didn't come here today. They're in Bangalore and they're with Guru Maharaj. Abhiram Mangal, Ayan Mandal, and whoever, Jiva Palak, everybody is with Guru Maharaj class now in the Pandal. So they are all with him. So they did. Any questions or comments? Okay, 5, 4,
Mataji,
3.
one question
Yeah.
related to soul. I
Okay.
don't know if it is how much it is relevant for this class.
Mm.
I mean, there are so many living entities that we talk about. This was the question from my school days. So it's a very old question and maybe stupid question also. Our body, I mean, there are insects, there are bacteria, there are microorganisms which live, which reproduce. Our body itself has millions of bacteria which is running our body to maintain it, and they are also living entities. So does that mean that our body has other souls which is living inside us?
See, the body is not yours first place. For
Yes,
example,
yes.
you have the car. You have a
Yeah.
car. Okay. You have a car. Your body is what is the question?
The question is this body that
Other living entities
is
are
given to
living on
us.
me. Like you have
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people, they go to.
This is-
Sometimes I also think I am part of a big man. Like when I was young, the school days, we see that the children catch lice in the head. No? Sometimes the small lice come in the head, insects. So the mother will put oil and she'll take away, or put a shampoo and take it away and keep them clean. And they'll say that not to mix with people who have lice and all that. So we stay away and all. So this, like in our body, only so many people live. Yes, of course, many organisms, but they have their own, like parasites. They live. Doesn't, even when you die, they live. You know that. Why, when somebody dies, their body smells. When some body is smelling fungus and some virus, everything has come, no? Germs. When the germs come, then it is said to be spoiled, right? Even dead body they live, then what to speak of living entity? So even when we spit and all small microorganisms, so there is no place the living entities are not there. In the second chapter, there is one verse, purport is there, in which the description of the soul, omnipresent, existing everywhere. One of the quality of the spirit soul is it exists everywhere. Everywhere. Vacuum also. So many living entities who have got the body, doesn't get the body, doesn't matter. But they're there everywhere. Even as microorganisms, they all live.
Like,
But they don't own that body. For example, you are living on top of, like you, for example, you're living on top of Bhuma Devi, right? Bhumi.
yeah.
Bhumi is a personality. You are the insect who is living on her body. But you have got your own body, no? You have got your own Paramatma, you have got your own body. You're living on her doesn't mean that the body belongs to you. She's letting you use it. For example, a bird is building a nest on a tree doesn't mean the bird is a tree. So they live on the tree. It's a platform on which they live. So like that, there are other living entities may live in our body. That doesn't matter, that, but they don't own the body. We own the body, but we let them live there. That is how it is.
Okay. And also the red blood cells, white blood cells, all of them, all are living entities, right, Mataji? Or is there some kind of a consciousness level for everything that lives on
Of course, of
this
course.
body? Okay.
We will see that there are three levels of consciousness. One is a conscious, which is very dormant, like the child in the womb. Next level consciousness, like a tree or something, or the fire and the smoke, and one level of consciousness, like a mirror, where it has some little bit dust and you just wipe it and you can see yourself. So the human being is very developed consciousness, and there are 84 million species of living entities, 84 lakh species, sorry. 84 lakh species are there, and in that many microorganisms and all are there, and they have different types of body.
Okay, Mataji. So
That's all.
all that microorganisms, cells or white blood cells, everything comes under the 84 lakhs.
See, you should know two things. There are some living entities have developed the body. Some, yes, we don't say that red blood cell is actually a living entity. We don't say that. That is not the living entity.
Okay.
That may not be the living entity, may be the living entity. There is a microorganism living within that blood or not. When it gets spoiled, 100% they develop. That is there. For example, for example, you are having saliva in your mouth, right? So you are allowing the saliva to stay within your mouth. But 1 second, the saliva, you spit it out, only 1 second in a spoon. Will you take it back?
No.
Why? It was in your mouth, it's your own product, right? Why? What
We
is the
don't
difference
consider
between the
that
saliva which is
clean.
staying within your mouth and when the saliva has come out into the spoon?
We don't consider it clean.
Well, so how? Because living entities start living in that. But when it is a saliva in your mouth, it is earth, water, fire, air, ether only. So it is not blood, is so many microorganisms. When the blood gets spoiled, there is microorganism. When virus or germ enter into your body, it's considered contaminated. There may be other microorganisms which are naturally given by Krishna. They are living there, that we cannot do anything. We are not into the interest in researching who is living what. But Earth, water, fire, or ether is the primary constituents of your body. In so far it is staying as water in your mouth, that saliva, you are allowing it to be there. But as soon as you spit it, immediately when it comes in contact with the outside world, so many germs and living organisms enter that saliva, and if you smell it, it'll be very dirty smell will come. Sometimes you remember, no, when I was a child, I don't know, my childhood is very bad. We had some friends, and they used to tell me to lick the hand and smell it. And when we lick, it will be smelling very, very bad, and immediately I'll go and wash my hand. Because before spitting, it is not smelling, but after spitting, it comes in contact with the material world, I mean the outside world in atmosphere. Then the living organisms come into it, and what we say as getting spoiled, it loses its originality, natural thing, and it allows the other living entities to live there. They multiply there. So it is not that all the parts of your body, there are, but Paramatma is there in every atom and every living entity. It's not that everything is living entity. Everything is Paramatma is what I said. Paramatma is there in Jada also. Paramatma is there with the Jiva also. So Paramatma is there in the atom doesn't mean that every atom has a living entity. Every atom has super soul. Got it?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, super soul is not equal to soul.
Okay. Okay.
So we have three constituents here in this material world. One is matter, another super soul, another is soul. So super soul is present in every atom, in blood, in white blood corpuscles, red blood corpuscles, atoms. And one yogi, he just broke the question of a BBC interviewer. One time a BBC interviewer, I've heard this when I was a new devotee. I heard the very interesting thing. They came and asked them in India that how why you are believing in God and all, you're very sentimental people and all. And then he told like, okay, then the yogi, he is an educated person, the whatever spiritual person is in the holy place. He told, okay, what is, then how do you say God is there and all that? We have science, we have developed. Okay, then this man asked, this sadhu, he asked, okay, what is the smallest element, smallest thing in the world? So the educated man, he said that the atom. So are you sure atom is the smallest? Yeah, I'm very sure. Because in the lessons also we are reading atom is the smallest. Then the yogi asked, what is the constituent? Draw the atom. There is a electron, there is a proton, there is a neutron. Right? Have you drawn the diagram of an atom? Then the yogi asked, if the atom is the smallest, the electron and neutron will be smaller than the atom, right? Because they are inside, going around like this inside the circle, and inside the circle there is a nucleus. Then that person became alert. He said, no, nucleus is the smallest. So then that person said that nucleus is Paramatma. Inside the nucleus is Paramatma, so he is smaller than Anuvor, Aniyana, Mahator, Mahiyana. He is the smallest of the smallest. Whatever you consider smallest is the atom. And later you say that within the atom there is proton and electron going in the circle, and there's a nucleus inside. That nucleus, within that nucleus, how can proton and neutron move around without a life force? Jada won't move automatically. So he said nucleus is that is why it's moving. So that nucleus is Paramatma. And yogi said, he's kind of seemed to be an intelligent yogi. Very nice thing I was thinking about. The Paramatma is residing every place. Atma may be there, may not be there. Some microorganism may be there, may not be there. But they are also all pervading. They are also everywhere. But not as good as Paramatma, where he is there in Jada also, Jiva also. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Let us offer our loving and respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees, starting with Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaurakishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, 6 Goswamis, Panchatattva, and Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Vrind. and all the assembled devotees and all the participants of Krishna consciousness in ISKCON movement who are trying to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and make their life successful. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय,
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय,
जय
महाराज की जय। निताय
जय।
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि